Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to a lovely Friday. I say lovely, it's a bit wet and windy and very autumnal here in the UK, in Wiltshire. Let us know what weather's like where you are, won't you? Because hopefully some of you are experiencing nice weather than us. But this is the wonderful Sophie from Mermaid Treasures. And she's joining me, Natalie, live here on Hobbybase UK Facebook page for our weekly dose of Craft Along Lives. So I'm just going to make sure that everything's okay and we're not looking stuttery. Nope, all good, fantastic. We've got Debbie watching already. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
And she's saying yes, it's very windy here in Derby. And Mo, hi Mo.
Hi.
Thanks for watching. Thank you to everybody who's watching us currently. Troy saying morning ladies, very wet and windy in Northants. So okay, well at least we're all in it together.
Yep.
That's good.
Everyone's wet.
Everybody's wet and windy. But for those of you who are new to watching, we are coming to you live as we do every week on Hobbybase UK's Facebook page, where we have some wonderful crafters who do a live craft along, showing you how to make specific projects with certain products that we stock here at Hobbybase. And Sophie is our decoupage queen, so we'll be doing some decoupage for you today. Let's have a look what we're doing, Sophie.
Okay, so we are going to be making this card here, which has got a decoupage topper sitting on what is called a belly band, so it slides off the card before you then open it.
Awesome. Lovely. So I hope you think that looks great. I love it. This is specifically using some of the, I can never say it. What's
this
name?
Is Hell's Couple Ditch, the Christmas Village range. There's matching decoupage pads and paper.
So we'll pop the links to those in the comments for you. So if you do want to purchase and have a craft along with us afterwards, then you'd be more than welcome. We love to see your pictures afterwards, so please do keep sharing with us. And if you have any questions as we go, please just ask, because Sophie's more than happy to answer them. I'll do the reading and I'll kind of make sure that it's all facilitated and we can help you. But if you have any questions, do feel free to ask. If you know anybody who would enjoy watching, then please share this video, comment below, tag your friends, and also say hi so we can give you a shout out, because I love to say hello to all our viewers. And I think that's probably about it. So everything looks great on the tech side. We've got plenty of viewers watching. So Sophie, it's over to you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to be making this card, which I've designed around kind of a Christmas post theme. So the topper in the middle has got two very cute little penguins posting their Christmas mail, and then the paper that I've used to decorate the actual card, it's all letters that the penguins are sending off to Mr. Snowman, Mr. Penguin, Santa.
Oh, it's so
it's a
cute.
super cute little card, and the topper on this one slides off and then you can open it.
Nice.
Like that. So it's just an extra little bit of detail.
I like
there.
that, and it's quite a good size as well. I really like the size, because we've done quite a few small cards recently, haven't we?
Yes, I thought I'd do a big card, whereas where you've got a topper that's quite big like this, you need a bigger background,
Base.
I think, just to help it stand out. Otherwise it looks a bit too big, whereas on here I think it's the perfect size.
Perfect.
Okay, so first things first, let's make our topper.
Cool.
So for this we are going to need our Christmas Village decoupage pad. This is by the very talented Hell's Couple Ditch. I absolutely love her illustrations.
Yeah, I love them too.
Now this pack has got 8 different designs, 3 of each of the designs, and it's got loads of cute characters. We've got polar bears, penguins,
Nice.
real Christmassy scenes,
Yeah.
some pretty deers.
Love it.
Really pretty, and as you can see I've already been making quite a few out of here. But we're going to be making the post themed one, which is the very first one in the pad.
And I think the great thing, I say this all the time, the great thing with decoupage sets or pads is that it's not just one card, is it? It's a real great value for money technique, I guess, if you want to call it that, technique, so that you can actually get multiple cards out of one particular pad.
Yeah, well if you use one topper on each card, then you're going to get 24 cards out of this one.
Awesome.
And then there's usually extra sentiments. So you can see on this page it's got two sentiments, and kind of throughout the pad there are extra sentiments. So you could use those either on the cards here or on a different one, depending on what. So you've always got little extras as well. So these ones are they're made by Trimcraft, and their pads are always really good for getting extras out of it, really.
Love it.
Okay, so first things first, we're going to just press out our elements to this. Now you can see on the sheet they're all labelled, so they're super easy to put together. It's labelled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this one you could layer up all the way up to 7 layers, which is quite a lot of layers, and you might not want to do that many depending on what look you're going for.
Debbie says she loves decoupage and is absolutely loving this set, and that she loves the 3D effect that decoupage gives.
Me too, because you don't really get those sort of cards in the shop. So as soon as you give a decoupage card to someone, they think, oh, that's a bit different. Haven't seen cards like that very often. So I think it stands out and shows that they are homemade, but also really good quality. They don't look kind of cheap, they look extra expensive, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I've pressed out all my elements on there, you can see. So now is the time consuming bit. Put in your foam pads on. Now because this has got a lot of layers to it, we don't want the card to end up too thick.
Okay. So
I'm using quite thin pads. These ones are 1 millimeter deep.
Cool.
So by the time we've stacked them on top of each other, it's not going to be too thick. Because if you were to use the 3 millimeter ones, 7 layers,
that would be quite big.
That's quite a big card. And trying to get that in the post.
Good point. Now, would you need some help from your wonderful crafting assistant?
Definitely. Always need help. Yeah, you can start taking the
Fabulous.
backs off of those ones
now,
for me.
Next week we've got a special treat. So next week we're crafting along live on Thursday. Both Sophie and Joe are having a week off. So we're going to go live on Thursday, and it's going to be James and me.
Wow.
James and me crafting. So that will be worth watching and tuning in for.
What are you going to be making?
Well, we don't know. We've got a new like scoreboard set, and I can't remember now. James was just showing me a minute ago, but it comes
the hunky dory one.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, the new scoreboard cutting mat, and also it comes with this really cool book.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you? Yeah. To kind of show you how you can use a scoreboard to make like really cool boxes. So I think we're going to have a play with that, and kind of show everybody how to use that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So do tune in next Thursday. It's not often you see James on the camera, which I hope you will agree is worth tuning in for. The last time we did that, we did a man versus craft little Facebook Live, and he made a very cool Christmas card. In fact, it was this one he made last time. The Noel
very
die
talented.
that Joe made, that Joe used last week.
Okay, so now we've got all our elements with the sticky pads ready. We're just going to build them up, making sure to line them up with the image underneath, because you want it to look like one image just built up. So I'm just going to make sure that these all
and
line
Debbie
up
said, I love to
nicely.
make a box out of the same kit and decoupage that on top to match the card.
It's a very good idea.
Nice.
So I'm just adding all our layers on. Last one. Now,
Funky.
so if you can see, you end up with a 3D effect.
Yeah,
It's a cute little topper. Now you could obviously just put that on a card, but we're going to be putting that one on top of a belly band to go round the card. So now we've made our topper, which you could see just how quick and easy that was to make. That literally took,
that is really easy,
2 minutes, and you get something that looks so pretty and effective.
so effective and really professional.
Yeah, it's going to stand out amongst all the shop bought cards.
Absolutely. Oh, Debbie's saying the scoreboard is amazing. She loves Hunky Dory. She met Anne-Marie and Sheila from Hunky Dory a few weeks ago. Both so lovely, just made my day.
Oh, that's nice.
Nah.
Right, so to make the background for the card, I'm going to be using a sheet from the Christmas Village 8x8 pack. Now this has got some really, really pretty designs in it. So we've got penguins and, well, Christmas, as the name implies, it's Christmas Village. So we've got baubles.
Nice, and they're really there's quite a mix of traditional looking papers.
Got some sparkly stars. There's lots with glitter on.
Nice.
Garlands, more stars. Then all the cute little characters. Cute. And then this one, which is kind of more kids themed. It's got teddy bears and little toys. I think it's really, really pretty. But for this one, as we're making it post themed, I am going to use the sheet, if I can find it, with all the letters on. So we're going to be using this one. Really cute piece of paper. It's quite a busy design though, so I think this is a good way to show how you can use a busy design. So we're gonna need to have 2 pieces of paper identical to go on each side of, this is what's called a wardrobe fold card.
Okay.
Because it's like, as you can tell,
A
your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Troy says beautiful papers, which they are.
Now, I like to cheat a bit, and I'm just going to place my card blank on top of the paper, draw a line down the edge, and to
You're much better at using the guillotines than I am. I don't know why, I'm just awful at it.
They're super easy. Just line it up.
I don't know, it just never cuts right.
So
Maybe I've got it wonky on an angle.
So now I'm just going to mark that in 2.
So equal sides, down the middle even.
Yeah. That doesn't look very equal. Okay, right, we'll cut that one off.
Now, if you have tuned into our YouTube channel, by the way, while Sophie cuts that, we've got loads of new videos going up each and every week at the moment on our YouTube. Loads of tutorial videos, loads of comparisons and top tips, all that type of thing. So head over to hobbybase.tv or search for Hobbybase UK on YouTube, and there's tons more tutorials, and we're going to be putting up a few Halloween inspired tutorials as well. And we're doing a card after Sophie's finished the live. We're doing a pre-record for YouTube using some of the content from last month's Hobbybase Club kit, which was kind of Day of the Dead Halloween inspired. So if you are making cards and projects for Halloween, then do make sure you tune in to the YouTube channel and keep an eye out for new video content that's coming. Do you do a lot of Halloween-y type stuff?
No.
I think it's quite big in America, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We do we did our first trick or treating last year with my little boy, because where we live, got quite good community spirit, and all the kids kind of come out.
Nice.
But in terms of actual crafting, I think because I primarily like to do things like the decoupage, you don't really get that much stuff kind of themed around it. You can get some really good dyes and stuff like that, but I just haven't kind of explored that this year. I've kind of skipped that and I've been doing Christmas.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, good thinking.
Okay, so I've trimmed 2 pieces of paper, one for each side of the fold. So I'm just going to stick those on with some double-sided tape. I've got a tape dispenser here. You could just use wet glue, whatever adhesive you want to use, whatever you've got handy, doesn't really matter as long as your paper sticks down. So I'm just going to carefully put that on there.
I love how things like this are so quick and easy. You know, there's a lot of people, I think, with card making can think that or can perceive it to be a quite a timely exercise or a timely thing to do, hobby, hobby, and perhaps that stops them from getting started. But actually, it can be really quick.
It can be, yeah, depending on what you want to do. Something like this, especially with the decoupage, you know, you could just take your plain decoupage topper, cut a piece. If you had just a normal kind of normal opening card, you could just stick a piece of decorative paper on top, put your topper on and a sentiment, and you're done. You know, that's a card done probably in about 15 minutes.
And do you think it's suitable for all ages? Because I'm thinking about getting my grandma into decoupage. I want to give her something to do. You know, she's got a lot of spare time on hands, but you know, she's looking for something creative to do in her spare time. And since working with you, I've kind of thought, actually, I think decoupage could be a really cool thing.
As long as she hasn't got like shaky hands, because some of it can be a little bit fiddly. Then yeah, I think it's kind of good for all ages. You know, you could start your young crafters off on it. With some of the larger elements, you don't have to use these tiny pads. You can buy like long rolls of tape that you just cut. So instead of having to fiddle around with tiny little squares, I just use the squares, because where you've got kind of smaller details and you might need smaller elements, the smaller pads to go in there, but you could just, as I say, just roll out, and they come in like, it's literally a roll of tape, and you just roll it out and cut it to. So if you've got someone who doesn't want to be quite so fiddly, I suppose,
that's a really good idea. Thank you, because that's what I was thinking about. I was like, I think it would be great for my grandma, but like the little pads could be really fiddly. So actually, that's a good plan. Yeah,
definitely. Okay, so we've got our base card, we've got our topper, and now we're going to make the belly band. So for this, I'm going to use, it's the same style of paper, same Christmas Village, but we're going to be using a 12 by 12 sheet. I'm going to be using this design because I don't know if you can see, but it matches the pattern round the edge of the topper. It's a very slightly different shade of red, but the pattern with the diamonds is identical. So we're going to use that. Now to make a belly band, it's super easy, but the reason we haven't used the 12 by 12 on this one is because it is such a big card. Obviously if you've got a smaller card, you could probably use one of the smaller pieces, but for this one I'm going to just measure a strip that's I think it's 1.5 inches wide.
Okay.
We're just going to measure all the way down our paper.
Big thank you to everybody who's watching, by the way. We've got some new viewers, so welcome this morning to our Craft Along Live with the wonderful Sophie from Mermaid Treasures. And she'll pop her links if I don't get there first, which I don't usually. Sophie will put her links to her Facebook page, her Instagram and her Twitter. Do go and check her out and have a look at her shop, because she sells some wonderful cards. If you are short of time, or you want to check out her work, then do go and have a look.
Please do.
Yes. And we are using today, sorry for the new viewers, we're using the Christmas Village decoupage kit and papers to make a wonderful postal themed Christmas card.
Okay, let's move that out of the way. So this is what we're going to use to make our belly band, and it's going to wrap all the way around our card like that, with our topper
Hi Michelle.
stuck on top.
Michelle is watching for the first time. Hi Michelle. And she's really enjoying it. So that's great, thank you. And we've got we've got somebody close by, Sarah, watching from Caen. So welcome Sarah, thanks for watching.
Hello. So you're going to take your piece of paper that we've cut for the belly band, and we're going to put it pattern side down, and we're just going to lay it underneath our card. And then all you want to do, once you look like you've got even lengths on either side of your card, is you're just going to fold it over.
Nice, simple and effective.
Yep. But you don't want it to be too tight, otherwise you're not going to be able to slide it onto the card. But obviously if it's too loose,
it won't stay.
Then it's not going to stay
Yeah.
on the card. So once you've folded it over, take it off there.
Lovely.
And then to keep that in place, we're going to use our topper.
Nice.
So all we're going to do is just through the middle of the card, or through the topper, sorry, is put some glue.
Okay, little pen glue there.
Yeah.
Sam Clayton's watching. Hi Sam, nice to have you with us.
Hi Sam.
Congratulations on your Trimcraft design team announcement.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Well done.
Deserved.
So I'm just going to now stick this on the centre of the band.
Awesome.
So I'm just going to leave that to dry for a minute.
Cool.
And then I'm just going to add one extra little touch onto our background. Now where I chopped the pieces of paper, we've got an extra strip left over, and as you can see it matches up with
Nice.
paper on here. So I'm going to cut out some of the letters on here, and using the decoupage pads stick them onto here.
Oh,
so
perfect.
it creates a very, very subtle look, but
It
it's
gives
just
it that
an
bit of
extra,
dimension, doesn't it?
yeah. So let's see what we can match up. So now if you wanted to, you could start with a new piece of paper and cut out loads of these.
Yeah.
Just depends on what sort of look you're going for. I'm just going to cut out a couple just to show you. And sometimes it's just these extra details that just...
Yeah, I definitely think that adds, and I'll quickly grab it. I definitely think that adds the extra kind of pop to this card, where these kind of, as I said, pop up. Really nice touches at the end. Love it. Hello Lynn, Lynn's back. Lynn Benisek from last week. Thanks for returning and watching. Lots of people watching today, so thank you. We're quickly coming to the end of this week's craft along, but you are joining us with Sophie from Mermaid Treasures, and we're making a wonderful festive Christmas decoupage card using the Heltz Couple Ditch, said it,
That's the one.
Christmas Village papers and decoupage sets, which there are links to in the comments below.
So I just got to make sure that I match up what is on my paper with what I've got available on my card. So I'll just do one more now, just so you can
bit of fussy cutting.
see. Yep.
Oh, and Sam Clayton says she's crafting along with this. She's making some crafts with this kit as well today. I was crafting with that paper pack today also.
Yeah, I was doing some this morning before I came here. I was die cutting out some shapes ready to use as from this paper, ready to use as backgrounds on other cards.
Cool.
So
versatile. I always say it, but I do like the paper packs and pads because there's so much more you can do. Than it's not just a one-off thing, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these ones are really good for fussy cutting and cutting out extra elements that you want to use. Like you could take this piece of paper and just cut out the big letters, and you could use them on something else to decorate it. You don't have to, you know, you could say put that topper on a card, just cut out some letters and kind of bit around it. Really, you know, there's all kinds of. I think you've got to don't look at a piece of paper and think, oh, that's a really busy, fussy background. Yeah. Kind of look at the different elements within the piece of paper and think, what can I use that for? Where can I use that? Because I think sometimes you can look at something and go, oh, that looks a bit intimidating. I don't know what to do with that. So anyway, I've just stuck a couple extras on. It's probably quite hard to see on the video, but it does create a really nice effect. So hopefully our band should now be stuck down and ready to go. So all we're going to do is hopefully this will slide over the top.
Yay.
Like that. And there you have it.
Beautiful.
And you can use this, you know, these belly bands are really easy, and they're great for these kind of wardrobe fold cards, just to add an extra element. But as you can see, they're super easy to make, but when people get the cards, they'll be like, oh wow, that's something a bit different.
It's almost like opening
a present.
Yeah, I really like the bands that go over the cards. I think they're really effective, and like I said, they just add that extra bit of wow factor, I think.
Yeah, but this one is super easy to do. You know, this is kind of crafting basics. Anybody who's just getting into card making could make this, but it looks super effective.
It's brilliant. I really like it. Let's pop it together. There we go, the before and the live, pretty much on the same, on the money, using two sets, the decoupage and the paper pad from Helps Couple Ditch Christmas Village. And you know, we've just made 2 cards out of that set, and you can make tons, like 24 cards I think we were saying, out of those kits. So fabulous. Thank you so much, Sophie.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely loved it. Do, as I said, stay tuned for our YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, head over to hobbybase.tv. There will be some more tutorials going live this week, and there's loads for you to catch up with as well. We're going to be doing a pre-record video now, using some of the contents from last month's Day of the Dead Hobbybase Club subscription box. Get my words out there. Oh, here we go. I'll put my little top down. That's what we're going to be doing on our pre-record. So if you're getting ready to do any sort of cards for Halloween, if you're in America, or you do in fact give Halloween cards, and that's the one for you. But also we'll be talking about Hobbybase Club in general, so you can get a feel for what that is. As I said, also do go and check out Sophie's social media channels on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. She shares some wonderful pictures. And all the links to the products from today are in the comments already, so thanks to the team for sharing those. I want to say thank you all so much for watching. We've got some lovely comments. Sam saying that she loves big cards, and Lynn is saying it's really lovely.
Thank you.
And Sam's also saying it's very cute. So I'll catch up with all the rest of the comments if there have been any. If you've got any questions after you've watched this, then do get in touch with us, because we do love to hear from you. And as a final reminder, next week we're back live on Thursday. It's going to be James and myself in the hot seat.
Make sure you tune in for that.
Make sure you do. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a dry weekend wherever you are, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.